Before we start with today's episode, if you're a fan of this entire series and you would like to support the channel even more, then consider becoming a Patreon member. By becoming a Patreon member, you get extra benefits related to the series, like being able to ask the guests any questions before we actually record the interview, be able to discover who that guest is before anyone else, and be able to get early access to the episodes a few days before it actually gets released, plus some other really cool benefits as well. So if you're interested, then check the first link in the description and consider becoming a Patreon member. What is up, everybody? Welcome to the 18th episode of the Beat Talk podcast. Today we have another very special guest and a very popular member in the Osu community. We have the one and only Canadian speed player Zylice. How are you doing, Zylice? How has it been as of recent?
Hello. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I've definitely been really busy. Haven't been as involved with the OSU scene these days and this year as much as I've wanted to, but otherwise, my life outside of OSU, I'd say is going great. Yeah.
Anything particular that has been happening as of recent?
So I actually went back to school. I've taken many years off school or a
Oh,
lot of time off school to see where content would take me.
uh-huh.
Um, and it's been an on and off thing. So I've delayed like my degree for really long now,
Mm-hmm.
and I uh when I decided to come back, this was like this is the most serious I've ever taken it.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I'm back, I this is like my lowest play count year ever since like 2019, maybe 2020, somewhere
Yeah.
along those lines. It's
Yeah,
just like,
I was gonna ask if your like lowered activity in Osu is related to something like that, for example. So I guess that clears it up a bit.
yeah. I will say I also got um diagnosed with ADHD like around that time too. Like I'd say
Oh shit.
December of 2025. So like
Mhm.
8 months ago ish. And that like played a huge role
Mhm.
in like how much less OCU I've been playing, because in the past, even when I did do school, I'd still it felt like I was still streaming and making videos and playing OSU all the time. But this time, like it's actually made a difference. And I've tweeted before like
Uh-huh.
two separate times of, oh, I'm quitting. And the first one was like quitting tournaments. And that was like basically me going, I'm spending too much time on this. If I tweet this, I'll be holding myself accountable, because it'll be harder to like go back to tournaments knowing that, I mentioned to everyone that I quit, and it would be easier to say no to invites. It would be easier to see a sign up for any tournament and be
Mhm.
like, nope, I can't do that. um but the second time, which was very, very recently,
Mhm.
about like right before roundtable of this year, I tweeted that I like I just need Canadian PB record before I go. Because it felt like once I got my ADHD diagnosed and I went back to school for the second time, it was like, wow, I essentially have little to no interest in not only playing the game but like making content for the game. Like
Oh.
I haven't uploaded in a really long time. I haven't streamed in a really I don't stream as much as any of the other years I've streamed since COVID.
Mhm.
And yeah, my play counts at an all-time low.
Would you say like just not being active in the Yosu community has helped you a lot with your studies recently?
Oh, oh, absolutely. I'm like 99% sure this is gonna be like my highest GPA year ever since I even got admitted.
Oh,
Um,
interesting,
it's
interesting.
like, yeah, like right now, like with how doing school,
Mhm.
I would say that any other previous year, I've just never taken school even a little seriously. Like this is the very first time I've taken it seriously to like any degree.
Mhm. Yeah, that's great though. That's good that you're like actually focusing on your IRL goals now. And doing good at them as well. So that's absolutely fantastic to hear. But speaking of like studies, OSU and stuff like that, is there like any hobbies that you have like outside of OSU, for example?
Um, I do have a hobby that some that I have touched or like I have shown on Twitter a couple
Mm-hmm.
of times, and some people may know about. It's not like I've posted it too frequently, but uh, I do play the guitar and enjoy like
Mm-hmm.
um producing song covers.
Interesting.
Um, I like singing in general, and it's actually as of this year, like as like my interest in Osu and that type of content has declined. It's like I have thought about like trying music production and definitely like producing a lot more covers or like on a regular basis
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to like just doing them randomly very rarely for like fun. It's also I think it's also somewhat public that I do like going to the gym on a very like frequent basis as well.
Oh hell yeah, I like that. I like that.
Yeah. It has honestly like I'd say right now I haven't been doing it as much as I usually do, but
Mm-hmm.
that's also because of school. Like I think like not only am I back to school, but I'm taking like
Extra
uh
lessons or something or what?
yeah, I'm taking way more of a load than I normally did
Mm-hmm.
or I'm
Mm-hmm.
supposed to. It's like this month I literally have 7 final exams to write, and to a lot of
Oh,
people
good
they're
luck,
like
man.
that doesn't even make sense, and I'm like, yeah, I don't even know how I got here, but here I am.
Good luck, man. Good luck. I wish you the
Thank you,
best
thank
of
you.
luck. I finished my finals exams for like the second year of my uni last month, so I'm pretty much free for the summer. But yeah,
Good
hopefully
stuff, good
Nick.
stuff.
Yeah, I think I have like one more year of uni. By the way, speaking of like
Ooh, okay, okay.
uni stuff, so closing in, closing in, but we're on a good
Mhm,
track. Yeah, but
mhm.
yeah, it's good to hear that you're actually doing well in uni as well. Really good to hear that you have like other hobbies as well. Just dope that you're doing good in general as of recent.
Mhm.
But let's get back into the Osu stuff. Let's get back into the Osu questions. But like, what's your first ever introduction to the game? Let's say.
First ever introduction.
Yeah,
Um, so back in elementary school, this was maybe 20. No, this was definitely 2014. Um,
2014. That is a long
yeah,
time ago.
that was the year my account was like registered.
Hmm.
But back in 2014, I was a wee little lad. I was like 11, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I it was a very popular game that a lot of people may know of called Geometry Dash. Was
Hmm.
like somewhat new at the time, but it was definitely something that almost everyone that played mobile games knew about, and even have tried. So it's like during recess or even on the school bus ride to and from school, is like a lot of people would play this game called Geometry Dash on their phone, and it was just like the only thing I knew that was similar to it was the Impossible game, and I was just like, but the Geometry Dash graphics looked way more
Mm-hmm.
appealing. So I was just like, damn, this could be like my type of game. So I did. I tried it, and then it was like I realized there were custom made levels, and there were so like many more levels than the Impossible game. So I wanted to look up content for it and
Mm-hmm.
be like, what's the craziest level ever? And that's when I came across like I think it was specifically Club Step, someone beating Club Step, and that person
Mm-hmm.
was Alex Payne 24.
Mm-hmm.
And as I watched that, I was like, wow, this game's crazy. And I wanted to watch more of what this guy did on the game. But one of the recommended videos was that same player, Alex Payne 24, playing Catastrophe,
Mm-hmm.
um, mapped by song by Marioku P. mapped by MakeU Vivian, if you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I thought it was genuinely some of the most badass gameplay I've ever seen across any game on like first sight, and it was like I didn't entirely understand it, but it's like something about just seeing cursor hit circles just like did something for me, I guess. So I I
Mm-hmm.
read the comments, realized it was free, downloaded the game for myself, gave it a try, and I immediately started by playing that map. I didn't even like I maybe I played the tutorial once, but I skipped like 1, 2, 3, and like 4 stars, and like immediately started playing that 5 star, and like that's basically how I
Yeah.
learned the game, like in my 6 digit, 7 digit days, like for the first time.
So instantly just went for the 5-star map just because it looked cool.
Yeah, yeah, it started with the 200 BPM first too, so it was like I
Oh,
would just fail at that like every retry. It was really funny.
huh, interesting. But like you said a 200 BPM burst was that like would you say that like maybe speed was like the first thing you ever got into playing the game, or was it something else? Did you focus on something else maybe?
Um, it was like in general, I wouldn't say I was like focused on it, but it
Mm-hmm.
like at the very start, I was definitely like exposed to like tapping bursts and like
Mm-hmm.
triples. Um, but I'd say, um, by the time I had like a couple 100 PV plays as my top play, maybe like one or two 200 PV plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's when I started like hard focusing, like tapping. I would do stuff like play Freedom Dive, Four Dimensions, Autopilot, as some people may have known in my early days.
Mm-hmm.
I'd try random things like playing on a laptop keyboard to tap faster, or taking off my keycaps thinking that it was like easier to tap just the switches.
What?
It was like
Just
I was like all I wanted to do was just like be able to
experiment.
tap Freedom Dive Autopilot. It was like my only goal.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, that's like I realized I could get easy top plays just from playing maps that like I just had to tap, and
Mm-hmm.
my aim didn't exactly need to be there.
Uh-huh. So you would say like it was sort of like a natural path for you as to like how you got into speed, let's say, like from the very start of the game even.
Yeah, for sure. Like full circle, my first 200 PV play was Rog Limitation. It was just no mod,
Oh,
and it was like
that
a
is
C rank or a
interesting.
B rank FC. Yeah.
C rank
Yeah.
FC.
It
Oh
was
my.
yeah, like it wasn't just something I did too. It's like my friends at the time that I met through O2 Multis, like
Mm-hmm.
they also had the same top play, and it was just a B rank FC on like Rock Limitation. It was just like guys, you have to try this map. It's so free. You just need to tap 220 BPM.
Uh-huh. So you would say you were kind of influenced into speed as well. So both through your introduction to the game and also like your friend group, let's say.
Yeah, yeah. It seemed like something we were more generally interested in, and like from that point, we already started playing some pretty crazy maps.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Currently, it's actually still very popular. The Deceit and the Violation.
Oh my
The
god. Ever
those
since
maps,
then?
yeah, those maps, like they're currently ranked and they're in different map sets. But
Mm-hmm.
back then, it actually existed as like a completely unranked, not loved didn't even exist back then. It was just completely unranked, and it was a single map set. It was just 11 minutes of the first 5 minutes being the Deceit, and then the second 5 minutes being like the Violation. And
The complete
uh
pack, basically. Yeah.
yeah, it was just a single map set combining the two. And it was I also got that from my friend who showed me a Raga Limitation, and he was like, okay guys, make it as far as you can into this map, and then screenshot like the pie progress thing at the
Mm-hmm.
top right, and then like we compare at like our tapping progress by like who can make it farther into the map.
Yeah, just some friendly
um
competition, I guess. That's
yeah,
it.
and then we like none of us could ever get past the part where it's just a stack, like there's like a ki section in the Deceit where it's just a 250 BPM stack for
Oof.
like a
Yeah.
minute, or like a really long time, and it's just like it was just a huge wall, and like we were stuck at that until like we were stuck at that part for like years for sure. Like It was just an
Holy.
on and off thing to try for fun, but we didn't make progress on it for a really long time for sure.
Yeah. I mean that is a tough map for sure. Something related, however, to like your career is your the name Zylice. Did it came before Osu? What's the origin of it? Can you tell us more about that?
Oh, okay. I think that was I came up with that name around 2018-ish, maybe. Sometime between 2018 and 2020. So like
So after
yeah.
discovering
So yeah,
Osu.
pretty long after discovering Osu.
Yeah.
Like and in the years before, like 2018, I just went by J Emerald. But
Mm-hmm.
after that, it was like an argument I had with my friend. And it was basically like they were saying that the pronunciation of the name Alice was like really stupid, and they were like,
Okay.
dude, it makes no sense. Like, why do people just know that says Alice? Like, does that not just spell like a lice or a lice? And I'm like, nah, it's just like I responded with, oh no, it's just like the vibe, you know? It's just
Uh-huh.
like it just sounds better. Like if you look at that and you know it's a name, it's just like, why would you say it any other way besides Alice?
Yeah.
And then they were like, no, you're biased because you've just heard other people say it. And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, okay, I'm gonna make some random name with that ending. I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna replace the A with ZY, and then
What?
everyone's gonna say Xylus naturally. No one's gonna say Zylice or Zylice. But later down the line, obviously, like 8 years after making up with his name, it was actually pretty split. Like
Oh
a
my
lot of people
god.
reading the name for the first time said Zylice and Zylice.
Yeah.
And then the other half naturally said Xylus. So funny enough, unfortunately, I don't talk to this friend anymore.
Uh,
I haven't heard from him in a while, but I'm pretty sure he's doing good. But it was like neither of us was proven right, I'd say, because
oh my
it seems
god.
pretty divided.
So you
But
basically
yeah,
came up with your username just to prove a point? Like what?
my name's an experiment. That's what it is. It was like,
Wow.
am I right?
Yeah.
I like we'll see.
That is a wild experiment. I mean, it's stuck with you with for almost like 10 years now. Like how much is 8?
Yeah, yeah.
Like 8 years. That is
Probably
ridiculous.
probably follow me the rest of my online career. Honestly, I don't see myself changing this.
Yep. Yep. Speaking of a career, you had many scores that you've set in the game, but is there still like a dream score that you like to do in the game? Or maybe that score has already been set? Can you tell us all about that?
I will be honest, ever since the words I never said in 2021, I have never looked at a score with as much interest. There has never been a map and song combination that made me go, I need to FC this the way I
Mm-hmm.
did with the words I never said. It's so like in out of my entire career and the years that I can currently foresee down the
Mm-hmm.
line, I think the only score that I could say matches that is the words I never said, HDGTFC. Um, it was it was something I would log on, warm up, and like immediately start going for. I'd attempt it like almost every day, if not every
Mm-hmm.
week. And then I eventually got it. It was one of the best feelings, uh, and one of my most memorable like stream clips ever, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, ever since then, like I've actually like, especially with how sloppy current maps are getting, and
Yeah,
like map
yeah.
like that. Even back then, like sure, you could absolutely say the words I never said was like a slop map, but it
Maybe not
was it
okay, not
was
not slop, but like farm, let's say. Like I don't think anyone considered
yeah.
it slop, like low quality.
Yeah, it's like yeah, most people wouldn't, but like some people definitely could and will
Mm-hmm.
call it like speed slop, but it was like it wasn't mapped with that intention. Like I don't think anyone can say that at that point in time, Strategas was like or Strategas, I don't know how to say it. I don't know if anyone can just be like, yeah, that guy loaded up that song and was like, okay, I'm gonna give every speed player a 1K PV play. I don't think that's. As a matter of fact, I think the first few FCs, like he was like stoked to see it and like
Yeah.
noted them down in the description and was like, "What? You're not supposed to do this." It was like it wasn't in his intentions for people to DT it. So it was like it felt very authentic to set a score on it
Yeah.
compared to like top plays now. Um like back then it was obviously my top play, but now it's just like it feels like my plays were engineered to be like this, my current ones. It was
Mm-hmm.
like all of these maps were made with the intention of them ending up at the top of top players, best performance plays.
Hmm. Interesting.
So yeah, I've never
Interesting.
felt the same way since like constant shifts in metas.
So you would say that's like your absolute favorite score that you've set in the game?
I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Just because like I've gotten so much better since then to the point where like I've just been easily capable of setting just better scores and have done so.
Mm-hmm.
It's just I've never like there were just scores that I didn't try as or grind for. It was just I grinded for improvement and then revisited scores and like set them in a couple tries that were definitely like way better. I'd say the words I ever said has like the most sentimental value for me, but it's not like my favorite score.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely one of my favorite stream moments, but like like score and whatnot alone, it's definitely not.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Is there any particular score that you would consider as like your favorite, or have you not like thought about that?
I'd say that's what's that map called again? It's oh, Megalomania top difficulty, like
Hmm.
98. I have a couple 98% runs, but um I I I'm confident I could do better, but that
Mm-hmm.
score speaks out to me as like my personal unique accomplishments in this game. It
Mm-hmm.
feels like on that exact map, um like I personally feel like I'm uncontested on
Uh-huh.
that exact skill. Like I anyone I myself can argue that there are players who have better aim than me, better reading than me, better tapping than me,
Mm-hmm.
but the way that Megalomania top difficulty combines all these makes me think that like I won't be contested or like I haven't seen any players that have tried that have been able to beat my accuracy or miscount, for example. But there are so many players who I thought that would be able to that have
Mm-hmm.
scores on the map and have tried, but it does seem like something that I should be grateful to be able to play so well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like aimbot cone, Kraichino, toromivana, Saito,
Yeah,
Nineric,
yeah.
Playbed all have scores on it and have tried it, but um, 98 seems like a unique accomplishment to me, I think.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
Something that I wanted to ask, however, is on your pin scores, you only have one score, and it's the hidden DTFC that you have on Alice. Is that
Oh, that
score?
might be a bit outdated, but yeah, I think once I set that score, that was my best score at the time. So that
Uh-huh.
was like what, 3 years ago, 3 years ago.
3 years. It says 3 years ago, so yeah.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Been a long time
Um,
since then, yeah.
yeah, that like when I saw that, it was also first try, and it was just like the overall cleanest score, and it was like it was around the time when pin scores were like first added or something. It was
Oh,
like a
damn.
new
So you haven't
feature.
updated it
Yeah,
since then.
yeah,
Interesting.
and I was like, how? What do I even put here? I was like, I mean, Alice is like, if I were to put any score, it would be Alice, but yeah, I haven't really changed that since.
Hmm.
Um,
Okay, maybe you can look into it. Who knows? And
yeah,
updated pin scores. That could be interesting.
for sure.
But as someone who is like pretty well known for your speed capabilities, what would you say is, in your opinion, the greatest speed score of all time that has been set in this game?
Oh, oh, that's a crazy one. So we okay. Hmm. It's crazy because Like
Have
I feel like the more impressive of a speed score or something is to me, the less speed it actually has. Because
oh.
like right now, my brain is going to like Milosh first, and it's like a lot of that guy's top plays. It's like people wouldn't even call speed just because there's like so many other skills involved. But
Mm-hmm.
it's just like, but they're it's it's gated by speed. Like they're absolutely gated by speed.
Mm-hmm.
Like sure there's a lot of aim and it's like you could say that's the hardest part of the map and like most of the map is that aim or like consistency, but it absolutely requires a high level speed no matter like how you spin it.
Mm-hmm.
So I I'm trying to think of plays that guy has set. I have like a really good feeling it's one of his plays though.
So you would
um
pick a play from Milosh specifically, huh?
I think so in
Hmm.
my head. um
I think you have seen Muay Kai, if I'm not mistaken, with Killing DT, if I'm correct, right?
I don't know if it would be that. What is it? He's done. I'd say maybe like something along the lines of like Genryu Kaiko or
Mm-hmm.
Cry Thunder HDDT from Milosh.
Cry Thunder HTDT, that score is ridiculous.
Yeah, I'd say both of his scores on Genryu Kaiko and Cry Thunder, like both very OG map sets. I'd say.
Yeah. Get
It's like
get
it's Cry Thunder has, I think, based off time, actually has more aim than the speed. But I will say that it is absolutely like gated by speed. Like you cannot play the entire map without being able to play the speed. Um,
absolutely.
but yeah, either is Cry Thunder or Genryu Kaiko scores maybe. Um, I honestly I'm just gonna look at like Nurk and Akoli Bed's top plays just to make sure, and Toro.
Mm-hmm.
Let's let's see what do these guys got. Um. Okay. Actually, no, I forgot this toromivana guy said a 2600 yesterday. Like, I don't think I cannot in this conversation, I don't know if I could like disregard that. Even
Mm-hmm.
like regardless of how soft it is and like how memeable it is of uh of a play, it's like guys, are like
Yeah,
in
that
this
score
current
is
system, someone got pulled a number that is 2600.
yeah, that is
Um
ridiculous. You know what's even more ridiculous? I think the score still isn't submitted. Like,
it's submitted. It's there. Like
I
I'm
mean,
looking right now. It's
it's
there.
submitted,
So
but like, isn't like the PP isn't calculated yet. I think, if I'm not
oh,
mistaken.
really? Okay, I didn't know that. I assumed it
Yeah.
would be once he said it. That's crazy.
Yeah, look at like his profile right now and look at his top plays. It's not anywhere, and I think it's because of like the PP rework recalculation. And if
Wait, it's like
even if you look at like
it's
the 24-hour scores, it tells you that the score may be submitted, but it doesn't tell you the PP amount. It's like blank, which is like kind
wait.
of ridiculous at the
I'm on
moment.
his profile right now. Like, do you mean like in his best performance? It's not at the top. I
Yeah,
see it there.
wait, it is. Is
Yeah,
it
yeah, I see it
updated?
right
Oh
now.
shit.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But it's in his best performance 2649.
Oh shit. So it is updated now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That's what I mean. I was like, yeah, damn. I was like, I see it now. What
Like
the
for
hell?
hours it wasn't. Like I think
Yeah, I
even two
remember that too.
hours. I think for even 2 hours before we started recording, it wasn't updated. So that's
Yeah,
interesting.
realistically, like, I feel like it would be kind of a dull answer for me to just say this. It would just be kind of be like, um, I feel like I should mention this though, because it like objectively is probably this best speed score of all time. But
Mm-hmm.
I do want to mention like, of course, like scores from Miloš, Koivad, and Nineric, as I feel like there are so many scores that are underappreciated. But
Mm-hmm.
Cry Thunder Genryu Kaiko from Miloš for sure definitely deserves a shout.
Alright,
Um,
alright.
and then uh, yeah, I'd just say those. I don't think
Okay.
anything else is really coming to mind.
Okay, okay. That is an interesting pick for sure. Editor Stu here, sorry for the interruption, but after the interview was recorded, Zylice told me to show you this score right here, because if he were to thought about this score during the interview, he would have picked this score as his answer 1000%. Anyways, continuing to the next question.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have a question that I ask any, like, pretty much these past 3 or 4 interviews maybe towards guests, and it's a pretty funny thing, but like, in your personal opinion, do you think that pineapple belongs on pizza?
Pineapple. I'm like I might be the most boring person to ask for this because like I'm like so indifferent.
Mhm.
Like I don't think like I'm not gonna shoot you if you put pineapple on your pizza. I don't
Mhm.
like necessarily like it, but if it's on my pizza, I'll eat it. I don't really care. It doesn't ruin it for me. If
Fair
I was
enough.
forced to pick an answer, like if I was like if every pizza down the line had to have pineapple on it, or like had to have no pineapple on it.
Yeah, let's say that. Let's say that.
Yeah. If I was like, if I was like gun to my head, I had to pick one or the other, I would say no, no pineapple on my pizza.
No pineapple on a
But
pizza. Yeah.
yeah, but I'm not religious about it.
Yeah. Completely fair. Completely fair. I mean, it's personally, I have not tried it. I think it's a bit of a weird idea because like it's a sweet thing
Mm,
that you put like on salty. So, but I would try it, but I don't know if I would like enjoy it. I can't judge without trying it, if you know what I mean.
yeah, I get that. I'd probably be the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I grew up without ever trying it in my childhood, because it was something that was just like it was just thrown at me by my parents sometimes for food. Like I was like, oh, we got a Hawaiian pizza. And it just has pineapples. I'm like, okay, and then I just ate it.
Yeah,
And I was like,
the
that's
thing
delicious.
is, the thing is, over there at like Canada, I think for y'all it's like somewhat normal. You can see it
Yeah,
quite
it's a North
frequently.
America. It seems like a North American thing,
Yeah, over
from
here,
my
bro, I
knowledge.
think people would generally stare at you at like dead ass until you like, are you being dead ass right now? Like,
Yeah, it really does seem like a cultural shock for sure.
yeah, absolutely. Alright, let's get back into the OSU topics, but you're a pretty well known figure in the OSU community for like tournaments. But what was your like first ever introduction into the OSU tournament scene?
Ooh,
How did you even get
um,
into those?
my very first. Okay, there are like one or two like very small community events, like not badged or anything, not even official tournaments. Like there was this one time I signed up because like from 2016 to 2018 I was banned. And whenever I played OSU, I wasn't on Bancho. It was on like a private server, and there was like a
Mm-hmm.
little small private server tournament. Um, and another player who was banned during this period was Abyssal, and
Abyssal,
I
interesting.
yeah, I played in this tournament and made it all the way to like the grand finals, the very last top two match.
Mm-hmm.
And my opponent was Abyssal.
Hmm.
And this was like we were just both banned players, but everyone in the tournament was like, oh dude, Abyssal's just gonna win the tournament. It's like whatever. It's like at the time my top play was like 400 and Abyssal's was like 700. So it was like the skill cap alone was like, yeah, this guy's like way better. And the only thing don't remember exactly how the match went, but he did almost sweep me. I just won like one or two speed maps, and then he just called me fast boy, and like that's all I remember. Um,
Bruh.
so it's like there's that, and then after that, I'd say my real actual start into the scene was by the end of 2020. This was like when I shot up the rankings. I was like rank 2K, 1K, and then in like a month or two, I became like top 300, top 200.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and it was like I was getting a lot of accusations and stuff, and like I kind of brushed them off. I didn't care. Like if I get if I'm not cheating, I'm not gonna ban. Nothing's gonna happen to me. So 2020 rolled around, and the OSU World Cup tryouts got released. Um, it got released and announced by Azer,
Mm-hmm.
and it was something I never even thought about. But at this time, it was just like I truly am like country ranking alone. Like I'm among the top 4 Canadian players and just PP, and I was just like, it seems like an experience worth trying, regardless of how it goes. So I did,
Mhm.
and with all the billions of hours of tournament experience I had at this point, which was 0, I actually landed like overall across both tryout pools. I think overall I was like top 6 or top 5 in tryouts.
That
But
is
I didn't make
wild.
the team,
You,
and it was like it like stuck with me.
mhm.
It was like I obviously I still fully support the decision, and I understand completely why I didn't make the team. Um,
Were you at the
but
time mad?
I was way more sad than mad, I'd say.
Mm-hmm.
Like like I it felt like I was at a point in or it felt like I didn't have anywhere near enough tournament knowledge to like say that it was the right or wrong decision. So I couldn't like be upset at anyone, or it didn't feel right to. So I was just really sad. Because I did practice really hard and try really hard on my tryouts. I just
Mm-hmm.
got really emotional. Um, but following that, oh, following that, I did get mad, but it was more so at myself for not playing even better. Because I was like, damn, I bet if I played like just a little like 1% better, I would have made the team, and I kept beating myself over it.
Mm-hmm.
Because and then that's what sparked my tournament grind.
So like you
Yeah,
sort of motivated yourself to become better.
yeah, I at the end of 2020, I or like OWC is at the end of the year. So after OWC, I was like, okay, my tournament arc starts now. And I tweeted that. Um it probably, I'm not kidding. I think it has like 0 likes.
Oh my
I
god.
I don't think anyone saw it. Like I wasn't like I wasn't any kind of content creator back then, I don't think.
Mm-hmm.
And no one really knew me. And I just tweeted Zylice tournament arc 2021, and it was just like, looking back, that was actually an understatement. 2021, I um I think by the end of the year, Dio mentioned this as a stat. I don't know how accurate it is, or like if I don't even remember if I'm like remembering it right.
Mm-hmm.
But Dio said that it was no, there was no doubt in his mind that out of every top 200 player, that I signed up to the most tournaments out of any other player that year. Like it was like not even close. But also that I signed up for every single possible tournament that I could have, that was posted to the OSU forums.
Jesus.
Like
So
every,
you were
yeah, like if you look in like any tournament that was posted in 2021 that was open rank, I was signed up to it. Like there was not a single one I wasn't to.
so
Like
you
wasn't
weren't
signed up to.
you weren't kidding when you said like the
Yeah,
tournament grind starts
I
now.
didn't realize how crazy how crazy serious I was about it. Um and as you know, like if you have a very strong like mechanical foundation, like most of my career I was a speed player, yes, but when I got unbanned in 2018, all I played was aim. I was like an HD aim one trick from like 2018 to like 2020. Um, so then, and then when I pushed to the top 200 in ranks, it was like I already had strong fundamentals, strong mechanics. So with all that experience throughout all of 2021, it was just like from nothing. I like, I couldn't make the team in 2020. I got top 6 in tryouts. But by the time 2021 tryouts rolled around, it was Ryuk hosting them. Um, I absolutely destroyed tryouts. I was top overall score.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like in every, even like I think second was Stoof, and even filtering out his worst scores, or like filtering out my best scores, it was like I was still really far and ahead, like top 1 overall performance. Um and then I just straight up became Zudi, Ryuke, and I ended up in a call because Ryuke decided he didn't want to play that year,
Mhm.
and we all came to the conclusion to make me captain that year. And so from not making the team, I became captain, and
Was it? Wait, by the way,
uh,
2021 or 2022? Did you say? Or like the tryouts that you were just talking about?
oh, it's 2021.
2021. Yeah.
So yeah.
I got a bit confused because like I think you mentioned you for the previous year. You said also 2021, so that's why. Or maybe I'm
Oh
tripping. I don't know. Doesn't matter. But
yeah,
yeah,
I don't
for
know.
the fact from like going from like nothing to like straight up also World Cup captain. That is an incredible like
Yeah,
success story to have, dude.
I was the first. I was the first Canadian captain since Azer for like 7, 8 years, I think. That Azer was captain for like the prior 7, 8 years before
Mm-hmm.
2021, and then I was like the first one to take the torch from that after not making the team. But
Yeah.
yeah, after that, it was like 2021 all the way to even last year's 2025. It was like tryouts was like just something I always top scored. Like obviously, like when people think of the Canadian superstar in OWC, people think of Zudi, of course, but it's just like tryouts is like very different because it takes into account every single map played.
Yeah.
Um Obviously in
Overall
OC World Cup,
performance.
not every map in the pool is played, and it's like we play to our strengths, and Zudi Nader doesn't have to play every map. But in tryouts, it's like maps like heavy reading, heavy speed. It's like that typically is what makes the difference between putting me above Zudi in like overall tryouts
Yeah.
scoring. Um, and uh, I think that year 2021 was actually, I'd say, my favorite OWC performance. Like
What about favorite tournament experience, however? Would you say that
tournament.
is you like your favorite tournament experience, by the way? Or is it something else?
Um, if we're counting LAN, it was absolutely Roundtable 2023, and I
Mm-hmm.
don't think that's ever getting beaten. Like truthfully, like not to be that kind of guy, but like that's not getting beaten.
Are,
Not by a COE, not by a future Roundtable, not by anything. That's
are you
I
sure
I
about COE though? Are you sure? Hmm.
I would have loved to go to COE and try. Like I really did try absolutely hard to make it this year, but unfortunately I couldn't. But
You're not gonna go this
um
year? Hmm.
no.
Ah.
Unless I miraculously make $1 billion within this next month, I don't know what's happening.
I mean, you never know. You can win the lottery.
Would- yeah, okay, yeah. You know what? It's time to start buying lottery tickets. Um, no,
Okay.
um, it's just the concept of Roundtable 2023. It just
Mm-hmm.
it still seemed very impossible in my head to get that specific set of players in just a house, like not a venue that people had to pay to go to. It was just like, wow, expenses really were mostly covered. Everyone's just here, and we're just chill lads, like hang out in and out,
Yeah.
playing Osu, being buds. I Someone tweeted, was like, you know that GD meetup that's happening right now, and someone's like, when's this happening with Osu? And I'm like, dog, it did in Roundtable 2023.
Yeah, bro. Like
And I was like,
they are late, man. They don't know. They don't know.
dude, it was like, yeah, you had to have signed up in like 2024 or something. I was like players, Rapid, Bubble Man, Flying Tuna, we're all in the same household, by the way. Like,
You know that picture with like the three-headed dragons?
yeah,
Yeah. That was that's what you just described, man. Like, oh, serious faces
yeah. It
in the
was like,
same room.
I know COE would be a lovely experience, like an insane, awesome experience, and would definitely hit home to that. But it's
Mhm.
like, it's COE is more so like way more community sided, and
Mhm.
it's not
What
like,
like a close hangout with your like friends and stuff, as you like experienced
yeah,
with
it
like the
was
round
like,
table.
yeah, because like Roundtable was also open this year, and it was like I still saw players like Zudi, Window Life, Amrek, and it was cool, but it's just the
Just,
fact that there's like so many people and like so many things going on, and it's a loud convention center. It was just like it didn't feel as organic as just like sharing the space in like a beautiful Los Angeles home, um, with specifically the aura farmers. You know what I mean?
The aura
Yeah,
farmers. Okay, okay.
yeah. Yeah, it
So
was a
you would
aura farming simulator.
so would you say you would prefer the roundtable invitation over the roundtable open as an experience in general, or what?
Oh, absolutely. But but like that was just like a once, like I don't think that's ever happening again because it's just not financially reasonable.
Yeah, yeah,
That's why it's an open tournament now. That's why you have to. It's a convention that you have to pay to get into.
yeah.
Um,
What I wanted to ask, however, is do you still enjoy the new roundtable format that they have? You know, the roundtable open. You know,
oh yeah, absolutely. It's like I I love even if like the convention atmosphere isn't like as nice as like the invitational one. It's like it's still conventions are always fun to go to if the people I'm there to meet are also cool as hell, which
mhm,
they were. Um, but uh, I mean that's pretty much the only reason I go to conventions like TwitchCon or Hammer
yeah,
North. Like it's just I know people going there, and I'm just there for them. And like the convention is just like something to do while we're there.
yeah. The social
Always
aspect,
remember
let's
those
say.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The bounding, bonding, how do
the
you say
bonding.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah, bonding, yeah. Yeah, that's the word I wanted to say. Um, okay. Something related to tournaments, however, that I wanted to ask is you faced many opponents, but who's like your let's say like least favorite player to go up against in a tournament?
Okay, that's it's a I don't know how to interpret this question because it's like I get the feeling you mean like as in like toughest or scariest,
Yeah,
but
maybe
it's
it's
like
something like that. Yeah.
yeah, because like when you say like opponents,
I mean, obviously one of the
wait, how do
answers
you
will
wait?
be
Can you
like
repeat the question actually?
let's say least favorite to go up least favorite player to go up against, of course, an answer, one of the most obvious answers will be someone like, let's say, Malshevsky or Emmerich, of course, but like
That's
what
the thing. It's like they're not my least favorite because I love going up against them. I love a
uh-huh.
challenge. I love scoring points off against those guys. I
Mm-hmm.
love winning a match against Emmerich. Like I cannot say like
Okay,
Emmerich's
you
my least favorite opponent.
okay, so
When something like that can happen.
maybe the proper question would be like some of the toughest opponents you have faced in a tournament, let's say.
Toughest. I mean, hands down, yeah, Emmerich Malashevsky. I've 1v1s them, each of them individually, countless times. Um, I'd say late stages, absolutely Emmerich. Early stages, absolutely Malashevsky. It's like against Malashevsky, every time I get a 100 or a miss, I'm like, well, all right, there's always a next map.
GG, yeah.
And then against Emmerich on like a late stage pool, it's like, okay, I gotta ban the hardest maps and pick the easiest maps and pray he misses.
Yep.
Um,
What about
or like
someone
pick. Sorry.
actually continue. Or pick.
Oh yeah, and then like I guess Emmerich was like pray that he didn't practice the pool and he's sight reading, and I pick all the reading maps, which is actually how I won Laser Grand Arena against him. Uh, it was
Hmm.
like he was sight reading. The pool was pretty sight readable for the most part, but there were absolutely maps that like I won because he was sight reading. All he did
True.
was like pick a warm up map. His first pick was basically to warm up, and then he was warmed up after that map, and he was still a force to be reckoned with. Beating him on any mechanics map, stream map, aim,
J-
DT, it was like it
Very
was
tough
it was
task.
yeah,
Yeah.
I was playing against Emmerich for sure. Um,
Yeah. What about someone who is like let's say relatively close to your skill
who's
range,
my
let's say.
ultimate rival? You'd
Yeah,
say.
like the ultimate rival who you think you can go up against and enjoy a
I feel
lot.
like this is something that almost like everyone can guess, but absolutely Sudidator, hands down.
Yeah,
As a
yep.
matter of fact, like I'm pretty sure she's my most common 1v1 opponent.
Hmm.
I've never 1v1'd anyone as much as I have against her in like ranked tournaments alone. Um, I'm pretty sure both of us got really emotional. 1v1ing each other at round table, like the open round table
This
that
year?
just happened. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. I like wow, like it. I can't lie. It does seem like we're approaching our ends with our OC careers, both me and Zudinator. Like we
Hmm.
are gradually around this year, and maybe even by next year, like falling completely out of touch with this game. Um, we've 1v1'd each other practically every year since 2021. We 1v1'd each other in Maple Cup and then Canadian Tech tournaments.
Hmm.
And even back then, in Canadian Tech tournament, it was like when we were in grand finals, it was like a full bracket reset. So we played two best of 13 matches back to back. I won the first one 7-4, and then she won the second one 7-5. So it was like like tallying the scores. Um, it was like 11-12. Like, uh, like I won 12 maps. She won 11 maps, but she won the match because of being from the winners bracket. So it was like almost unreal how close of a grand finals match that was.
Hmm.
But years and years later, it's like even now, 2026 roundtable that just happened. We played each other, and it was the closest match past semifinals. Like,
Yeah.
sure, Rectagon and Emrek is the match that like took everyone took the event by storm and everyone pays attention to, but like there was still only one late stage tiebreaker match, and that was between me and Zudinator in finals. Um, it was like it was genuinely something I predicted straight up. At the time, I had a couple of people interview me, and they were like, "How do you think this tournament's going to go down? Are you do you think you're going to win?" And I was like, "I'm going to be honest. It's a tiebreaker match. I'm going to win all my picks. She's going to win all her picks, and this should be the closest match you've ever seen, as per usual."
And Rod just
And I,
predicted it like that, huh?
um two of those three things were right. It was a tiebreaker match. It was the closest thing in the entire event. Um, like yeah, sure there was a like even though there was a bracket reset between Rectagon and Emrek with one of them each winning. Actually, no. Emrek won both. Right. It was still like fairly decisive matches. But between me and Zudi, uh, the only thing I got wrong was us winning all of our own picks. I won one of her picks, and then which was like the techno on 4, and then she won one of my picks,
Hmm.
which was one of the laser mods that like I didn't know she practiced. So that was
The,
on me.
the laser
But
mods. Were you practicing those, by the way?
yeah, I definitely practiced them. uh I'd say the four people that practiced them the most in terms of late stage matches were me, Boshyman, and then Rectagon and Emeric, of course. It didn't really feel like anyone else practiced them that much.
Yeah,
Um,
they kind of seem like that, honestly. Gotta be honest, but I think it's mainly because like it's still a relatively new thing being added to tournaments, especially in the roundtable.
yeah,
Mainly because of that.
it's like it's practicing really niche gimmick is like an acquired like it's an interest, it's an acquired interest. Like if you haven't been ever interested in it, you're not gonna want to practice it, even if like you could maybe win. It's just something that they like people don't think is worth it and just don't. And Zudi's absolutely one of those players. It's just like
Yeah.
if I poured all my hours into playing into memorizing this map right now, I could still lose. So it's like why even do it? I'm
Why
just
even
gonna
bother?
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna sharpen my knife, my aim knife, and then slash through my opponents with it. Which is what she did all the way to top 3.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, tiebreaker was Ongreifer, and we both missed at like almost the exact same sections. We missed like at two different parts, and they were both on 1/3 and random miss aims. So it was just I missed a bit earlier, I think, and that's what decided the match. and it was just like it felt like I don't know if this is ever happening again. It's like damn, maybe we'll see each other next round table like in a more
Yeah.
lighthearted. We're both older retired grandpa joke.
Yeah.
But
So
yeah,
playing
that's
it
like
for the love of the game, let's say.
yeah. If I were to say all time eternal rival, absolutely Zudinator.
Would you say Zuri is like your favorite teammate as well, or is it someone else?
Favorite teammate? Yeah. Okay. I don't like. I love practically everyone I've ever teamed with. Yeah.
I mean, you can name multiple
I'm not a
people, of
big fan
course.
of the label of like ooh, favorite person to team with, but she definitely is like my closest. I'd say in the Osu scene, she's like I'd say my closest friend like easily.
Yeah.
Um, so she is obviously up there on my favorite people to team with. But shout out to like Reed Cat, for example. That guy that guy also felt like my partner in crime in tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
Like that I've
Yeah.
had some of the most fun I've ever had in this game just by trolling around with that guy. So there was one time there was like this random unbadged tournament with no graphics.
No
But he
graphics.
saw the prize pool was like $500, and he looked at the sign up list and was like, "Dude, this fucking nobody signed up to the Zylice. Let's play."
Lock in, lock in.
And then we just showed up to this tournament where almost everyone signed up was 5 digits.
Oh God.
And then we like won, and he was like, "All right, what's your PayPal, bro?
Wha-
$200 each, bro."
that is crazy. Yo, shout out to
And
Reed Cat.
then
It's been a while since he's been back. Like
yeah,
since he's
he's
been in the
also a
commute.
name that's retired alongside Hazudinator and I,
Yeah.
or like Zudinator and I are still around, obviously for sure, but not like we
Ru-
used to. And I like even now, like Reedcat sometimes shows up. He tried the OC ranked, he
Mhm.
he he kept trying to spam duel me, and then this guy dropped a D rank on sidetrack days. Like, it was going on. I think that guy's lost it. Uh,
Cooked.
he's too lost in the Valorant sauce, but it's okay.
Lost in the Valorant sauce. Oh no. Oh no, man.
Art for sure.
GG, man. Uh, by the way, is there like any tournament goal that you still want to achieve in this game, or are you like pretty satisfied with what you've achieved so far?
Um, right now I'm really satisfied. I don't see any goal in sight tournament wise besides one that I've actually had since I started tournaments,
Mm-hmm.
which was straight up to either win or get a podium placement in the OC World Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and as egotistical as it sounds, I do think that's not dependent on me.
Mm-hmm.
It could be like if I surpassed Emmerich Malashevsky, became the best player of all time, FC'd every map in the pool, or became like the Jesus of uh of leading players and like turned every Canadian player into the next Emmerich Malashevsky. But uh it's I would say it's something that I will be motivated dependent on what the competition looks like and what the players interested in the current team look like.
Speaking of
Um,
which, will we expect you in this also World Cup 2026?
as captain, absolutely not. I've already decided to not be captain this year for the first
Not
time in
not
5 6
captain,
years.
but like just in general as a player. That's what I meant.
Yeah. Playing, I'm still like on the fence about. I'd say 50 to 75% chance that I play this year.
Mm-hmm.
But like don't like yeah, don't like
Okay.
take my word for whether or not I'm playing. It's not a yes or no. And it
Okay.
won't be until literally the week of tryouts. Like I won't have an answer until then.
Okay. Okay. Let's change the topic a bit. Let's say outside of tournaments, but if you could become a professional player at any game, other than Osu, which one would it be and why?
Is it to like the degree of my current skill?
Uh,
Like,
uh,
as in, like, I'd be the 9th best in the world at any game.
yeah, let's say that. Let's say that.
Like, by the main metric, I'd be the 9th best overall player.
Yeah, let's say that.
Um, and specifically video game, or does like sports count too?
I mean, we can do both video games and sports if you want to.
Actually, now that I think about it, I think it still would be video game.
Okay. So which
I
one would it
still
be?
think it would be League of Legends. I'd
Oh
say.
my god, man. Why?
Yeah, sorry guys. I'm not beating the 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 no shower allegations. My bad. I apologize.
The stinker allegations were so cooking.
I'd say there are definitely really close honorable mentions.
Mhm.
Chess I'd say is really close.
Oh,
I'd say
chess.
Geometry Dash is actually really close. I think it would be cool to be that good at Geometry Dash.
Mhm.
And then like sports, like I would pick basketball.
Oh,
But I just like I think that's the only sport I've actually had like a serious interest in at any point in my life. But I think my interest in video games is just has always been more. So yeah, between like League, chess, and like Geometry Dash, but I think League, overall,
League
because I feel
of
like
Legends.
League.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's like there's so many skills that I've never seen a video game that takes in so many skills. Like it debatably has the mechanics, some of the mechanics required that you see in top level GD gameplay sometimes, and sometimes has the top level thinking that you require from like chess even.
Yeah.
And it feels like there's so many things you have to be good at, constant changes that you have to adapt to, and I feel like I would be like a top. I'd feel like a real, true professional gamer in League of Legends, especially with how popular it is as an esport, which would also carry over to like the overall success of being a pro in League. I'd say.
Oh yeah, that is interesting. Wait, by the way, speaking of League, what's like your main character that you play? Like main champ?
Right now, it's Katarina. I don't play the game much, but
Uh,
I do like flashy mid lane assassins. I love
uh-huh.
spamming my keyboard and acting like I'm on 100 milligrams of Adderall and cocaine.
Ah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, speaking of sports, by any chance do you follow the FIFA World Cup?
I actually don't.
You
Like, not even a
don't?
little bit. I have
Ah,
no clue what's happening.
even though
Um,
it's like your country is like one of the hosting countries, which is interesting. Okay. You do
Dude,
follow the
someone
NBA.
told me it was like, "Oh, it's a good thing you're not watching, bro. Canada got fucked in the ass." I'm like, "Oh
Uh,
shit.
uh,
Okay,
uh,
thanks. Thanks for letting me
I
know."
mean they did they did recently got fucked in the ass, man. They lost like 3-0 to Morocco, which is like ridiculous.
It's all good. It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah, what about the NBA though, since you said you follow basketball a lot?
I don't follow basketball. It's just a sport I've been interested in.
Ah,
As
so
a
you
matter of fact, I don't even follow League. I don't.
Oh my god,
I
man.
don't. I
Why?
don't. I don't ever watch Worlds. I don't watch tournaments for League. I don't.
Nothing?
I have
Like
zero. I've never seen a full chess game start to finish.
oh
Geometry. I've seen like Nepesta play a level once in 2020, but I haven't watched any GD gameplay since then.
so like Osu is like the
I'm s-
only community you like actively
I'm
follow, let's
not.
say.
Yeah, I'm
Like
just
pro
not a
scene.
watcher. I'm I'm not really a watcher unless I feel like it's uh it's good content,
Mm-hmm.
or like it'll be useful for me personally. Like I watch a lot of like tournament like matches in OSU. Like there's no doubt about that. But 90% of the time I'm watching it while streaming and like just watching alongside chat, and it's good content and a fun time.
Uh-huh, fair enough.
Or it's like I'm watching the competition. It's like I'm watching my future opponent's previous match in like a North America tournament. I like, okay, what do I ban and pick against this guy? How's this guy play? Um,
Analysis. So
yeah. And so it's like besides that, it's like when it comes to like, I don't even watch movies. I'm gonna be real.
Not even
Um,
movies,
like
dude.
I've probably okay. I don't think I've watched a movie like that was created in 2025 or 2026.
Oh, interesting.
Like of my own accord. Like
How so? Is are
like
are like
like I've
older
had a friend
movies?
say say, "Oh, you have to watch K-pop Demon Hunters," and I'm like, "Okay." But it's like I've never like on my own gone like I should go watch this movie. I want to go watch this movie. I'm gonna watch this movie, etc.
Mhm.
It's usually just like I'm invited to watch something with a friend. I don't really watch movies. I've seen like in completion less than 10 anime in my life, and that includes shit like Beyblade and Pokemon.
Okay. Wha-
So it's like, yeah, most mainstream anime I don't know anything about. Same with movies, and like I've seen a couple of like comfy sitcoms, like Friends, How I Met Your Mother, but
Not even
yeah.
TV shows, I'm guessing, right?
Mm, Wait, what's that?
Like, you don't watch TV shows as well, or what? I mean, not TV
Yeah,
shows, but
not
like just shows in general.
yeah, not really, not outside of the ones I mentioned. Most of my time is just like I'm either playing something or like I'm watching something like very just background, like something I'm not like paying attention to, which is why I'm on Twitch on all the time.
Uh huh.
I do get like people have commented like they see me fucking everywhere on Twitch. Like I am constantly watching Twitch whenever I'm doing something on my PC.
Hmm.
It's just I like just having something going on my second monitor while I study or complete homework or do any task that I need to be doing.
Okay. Okay. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah.
Uh, everyone likes to do their own stuff. Everyone has different interests. Totally normal.
Mhm.
Okay, so let's get back into the Osu stuff. Something recently that happened and we previously mentioned is, of course, the PP rework that recently got released. And what I wanted to ask is, what is your thoughts on the rework?
I man, I actually have not like um really followed like on my own what's been going on with recent PP updates. I've just asked and hoped people could like tell me in a way that like I'd understand, but I mean,
Mm-hmm.
are you able to tell me like any rundown or details of like the current rework? I'm kind of unsure
Uh,
of what it's like.
to put it very short, you know how there is aim PP and like speed PP, right? Like
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
like skills, right?
Yeah.
They're recently adding a new skill, a new calculation for reading specifically. So like lower AR maps are getting really buffed at the moment. So
Hmm.
something else that happens a lot is speed getting nerfed. Because like previously they took like the only like what was it, like the previous like a positioning. I think it was only the positioning of the note they took. Now they take like the velocity change and a lot of other calculations that they do, so they can more accurately like see how flow aim works, and like speed changes and stuff like that.
Hmm.
And for aim, they nerfed repetitive acute angle jumps. Basically aim slop. That is also
Yeah.
nerfed. So speed and flow aim and like aim maps in general get nerfed. Reading gets buffed, and a couple of other changes as well.
I see. I Okay. I think this has always been true. Conceptually, PP reworks have always seemed good. Like the idea and concept of what they're trying to do has always seemed right. And I was like, okay, this makes sense. Okay, let's add reading PP. Yeah, like reading is a skill that should be accounted for towards the ranking. And it's like, oh, sure, maybe this skill set's broken, combining speed and phloem and getting PP from both. Um, it's just that when they're executed, it almost always feels like the um
Like it can be exploited in some type of way.
it 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 feels like the execution and the result of the reworks isn't really analyzed enough, or rather it seems like misinformed, or it's like there are some changes from a lot of the PPE reworks that happen, and it's just like knowing how some of the scores PP changes, or like uh it makes me go, how can you give that a thumbs up, or like how can you let,
Mm-hmm.
or yeah, how can you like let that slide, or it seems like misinformed in terms of, wow, this score gets nerfed so much, but I don't think the developers realize that,
Mm-hmm.
because I've tweeted this already, but it doesn't seem like the current developers have too good of an understanding of how difficult some scores at the very, very top level are.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it's hard to say that they're not being influenced by it. Like that's whenever I say this, that's the most common reply I get when I say that. It doesn't, I don't know if PP developers have the insight on top level gameplay to make PP updates based off of that.
Mm-hmm.
um and then people are like, but they're not, they're just like, it's like they're doing everything internally, and ignoring all the scores, and it's just like, it's like they're figuring out hypothetical scores, and judging the problems there,
You
and it's
think
like,
you think they don't
and
have
it's
like
like,
like enough game knowledge or like skill? You think in order to like make proper judgments in terms of stuff?
yeah, I think they conceptually can always have the right ideas, right?
Mm-hmm.
They know what should give PP, like generally what should give PP. They're headed in the right direction of reading should give more PP. It's like if something's really low AR, really dense, and then you apply hidden on that, people should get a lot of PP for that. It's like conceptually that's perfect, right? But then when
Yeah.
you see specific scores, like very, 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 very specific scores, it's like you notice, oh, heat abnormal gives like 1 billion PP now if you play it with hidden.
Uh,
It's
I,
like,
it's,
can they?
I don't think it's like still quite like that. You know, like 1 billion PP, but it still gives
Yeah,
like
okay,
a
yeah, yeah,
bit more rewarding. It's a bit more rewarding than usual. You know.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's very, it's like, okay, like truthfully, it's like 1K, right? Um, like a really high AC HD FC or something is like
Yeah,
1K.
I think
Um,
so.
and it's like, to me, it's like, sure, you did everything conceptually, you did everything internally, you figured that all out, without looking at top player scores. But now we have a top player score like this, 1K PP on heat abnormal hidden. How can they confirm that's balanced
Hmm.
without making a PP dev analyze a top player score? You know what I mean? It's like the outcomes of all these, even if they're not taking them into account, it's like, they, whether or not it's accurate or doing its job, is like they still have to take into account top player scores. um and it's like, it's like it can't be ignored. Even if you like ignore that, I've also said, like, you're still essentially taking into account like hypothetical scores, even if you ignore all these plays that Emmerich and toromivana have set. It's like when you make a PP update, it's like, okay, how does this affect a score on this skill if this were to happen hypothetically? And it's like, when you see the changes among the top player leaderboards and the top plays, it's like you have to see if everything looks normal before pushing it, at least in my head. And if you don't, then it's
Hmm.
like it's an unreasonable um rework. It's like, why are you pushing it if you're not even going to check how it affects players of every scale, right?
Yeah.
But I'm mainly talking about like the top player ones, because it's like that's the hardest to gauge. It's like I'd say even like take Emrek and toromivana, two of the best players of their respective skill sets, like objectively in terms of raw skill cap. um I'd say they can't gauge the others difficulty, like in plays. Like, I um like, no disrespect to Emmerich, but I think like he wouldn't exactly be accurate in telling toromivana how much his plays should be worth, and vice versa. I don't think toromivana could look at Emmerich scores and tell him how much they should be worth.
Yeah,
It's like
because they.
they're playing two different games.
Yeah. Yeah, like
It's like
absolutely.
it's like so even if the two absolute best players can't do it with each other, then it's like
Yeah,
there are
like
developers who can't do either that are looking at the changes in their PP and saying like, okay, that looks good. All right, on to the next rework.
yeah, you are right about that though. It's really hard to judge whether
Yeah,
they're
it's
like
like
on the right direction or not. And also it can be a bit demotivating, basing their PP reworks off of like certain high scores. Like for example with like what recently happened with toromivana's PP record, let's say, or even like back when a Kolibed's PP record was set, if you remember. I think
yeah,
like the devs instantly found like some sort of like exploit that can be quote unquote fixed. I mean, or maybe not even an exploit, something that they can tweak or whatever.
yeah.
So
Like
yeah, those stuff are that stuff is pretty hard to judge. Anyways,
yeah, that's what I
continue.
mean. It's like, but the thing is, there are players that are like decently close to setting, or like not like insanely close to like setting Toromivana scores, but like can like actually gauge how far they are in terms of progress from setting that score. Like uh not to toot my own horn, but some of like Toromivana's plays that have been nerfed, like I've played personally, and I feel like just because I could play them even a little bit, I can gauge a lot better, almost more than anyone else, how much PP it should be worth.
Mm-hmm.
Um as opposed to someone who genuinely cannot play it even a little bit. Um, because it's not like because DT is 1.5 times faster, it's just 1.5 times the PP. It's like
Yeah.
no, once you're capable of tapping something, and reading something and aiming something, it's like the way the difficulty scales is so like changes vastly from just
Mm-hmm.
oh DT is 1.5 times faster. Um, and then I'm sure the same things there for Emrek. I'm not anywhere near Emrek's aim level, so I can't say the same thing for Emrek. But I'm sure if someone like Nahus or Milos like tried some of Emrek's top plays, they'd have really good judgments on. I assume they'd be able to gauge way more than anyone else because like they'd have some direction in terms of how much Emrek's plays should be worth. Emrek himself can be the it's like obviously bias for Emrek and Toromivana to judge their own scores, but it's like it's having any top player insight I feel like would be so beneficial to like these final updates, um because like you do have to look at all how every player is affected of every kind with these updates
Yeah,
before like
but
saying they're good, right?
there is a problem with that because like biases can definitely happen when you start to, talking with players like that. I don't know. I
Yeah,
think I don't know how much you
yeah,
follow
I'm not.
I was gonna say, by the way, I don't know how much you like follow the Geometry Dash community, for example, but like in order to like rank every single hard level, they take opinions from top players, and sometimes some opinions can be a bit more biased than usual, and there's like usually drama
Oh,
related to
absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. That's always going to be the case. And as a matter of fact, I'm not saying that like it should be the case that top players should be judged by these players. I'm saying that like these plays like that these players like like with no
Y-
experience with like reworking the plays, like probably just naturally have better insight of how much they should be worth. Um, and then if you go way, 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 way down the line and think about the average like PP developer,
Mhm.
it's like, wow, they're giving the thumbs up on these changes. They're the ones saying that okay, this looks right, this looks wrong, etc., etc. And it makes me think that like is the current process for each PP rework like is this okay? Like is
Mhm.
constantly um put writing down on paper an idea that's helpful for the PP system, and then after executing it, just being okay with it after looking at the values that change at the bottom 1% of players, the average players, and like the top 1% of players. Um, it's like it it seems to be turning top like uh like the PP values of top players, especially like into meaning way less than it used to, or like it just feels like completely nothing. Like
Yeah. So
I,
in general, you think that, let's say, there should be a bit more input from players as well, not just the BP developers making their own judgment.
I just think the current way of how PP reworks are handled aren't going to be going anywhere. Like I don't think
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be consistent progress towards improving the PP system. I think there will continue to be PP updates that are like, oh, this top player is fucking setting too high plays, nerf. Or like
You
they
think that
should
it's gonna
fix this.
be, yeah, you think it's gonna be just like a repeated cycle over and over again.
Yeah, there are some PEP reworks that are like that, like might hit the mark and like actually make everything better, but there are also as well as likely, equally as likely as that, to like completely just produce things that make absolutely no sense to the top players. But it's like, how are the PP devs supposed to know that update made no sense to
Yeah.
anyone besides the top players? I think I think something just needs to change, like as a whole. Like I'm not proposing a specific one idea, but I'm proposing that like as we're handling current PP records, like we are not headed, we're not consistently headed towards a correct direction.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like shit's going all over the place no matter what.
Yeah.
Um I'd say I'd say a couple, like they could probably figure out their own solution to this, but like a solution could be to have like maybe like a retired top player has no reason to like be biased towards anything, like either volunteer or be hired to like have any at least somewhat closer of an insight into top view plays. I don't think that's like necessarily a good solution, but it could be a solution. They
Yeah.
could change how PP works as a whole. Azer's proposed like a combination of the very, very first PP system alongside the current one, where your placement on the leaderboard, your score in comparison to the other scores on the map affect its PP value as well. So there's a base PP, and then if like say there's this one aim slot map that gives 1,000 PP, but like everyone on Earth plays it and gets 1,000 PP, then it's just worth less because of how many people have set that score.
So,
But
take
like
into
obviously,
accommodation like the value of like other scores and other people,
yeah,
how common that score it is
it's like
to
it's
judge.
normalized. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's normalized based off how, and that's like user experience input. Like that cannot be biased.
Yeah.
It's like if something's worth a lot of people PP, everyone's gonna go for it. But if everyone can go for it, then it's
Yeah.
gonna be worth less and should be worth less.
Yeah, to be fair,
Because
you do have a point there, because like if more if a score can be done by multiple people, then it isn't really as
it's
unique as like
yeah,
let's say like
it's by definition not as difficult as something that's worth equally as much, but like only worst HR player can fucking play it. Like it's objectively harder if it's worth the same amount of PP, but only one player is capable of doing it, and an equal amount of players have tried both. Like
yeah, it is an interesting
uh,
concept. However, it will be a problem for like
yeah, the system,
the system,
like
the ranking itself,
like
because like
dynamic, yeah, like it does not seem like this current team like no
can,
offense and this like the current size of O2 to like be able to handle like dynamic values to that extent,
yeah, it
which
will
I
be,
understand.
yeah, it will be really complicated. I mean,
But
have you ever just like seen how much like crazy complex math and
yeah,
stuff they
like
gotta do to like actually
yeah, like if they
calculate
made a
PP?
PP, if they made a PP update to like slightly buff aim and that's all they did, it's like we're gonna be waiting at least 10 years until like that rework
Yep.
gets pushed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But like again, that's the entire process of software engineering. It's like you want to figure out a way to implement this idea.
Yeah,
So
I
you
mean
take an
you're
idea and it's like if it doesn't work the way that it's like proposed, then you figure out another way to implement it, or like generally take the
Solving
concept
problem.
and then it's like slightly alter it, figure out solutions, and like you can slowly work your way there. Like it's always possible. Like
Yeah.
just like I personally believe like engineering's limitless. Something that AI will never replace.
Sure.
And like I think I had like one more potential solution in mind. That was like like even like just doing everything as is, but like having a mass vote, like like top 200 on like yes or no to PP reworks or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like again, I'm not saying any of these three solutions are like good and should be the solution. It's just like
Like
something needs to change.
like
Yeah.
something needs to
Like
change, and you like
fundamentally, we should need to change something so that like we're approaching PP reworks differently. That's all I'm saying.
okay. Something that has been recently happening, and you've obviously noticed, is the fact that Emmerich has been dethroned by the one and only toromivana. So, what is your opinion on the recent toromivana reign? You know, the recent PP rework, not rework, but like record that just got set and stuff like that.
Yeah, he's the best to ever do it. He's the best to ever tap. He's the best to ever click two keys on a keyboard, hands down.
Hands down.
I unlimited respect for that guy. I know there's like a lot of cheating allegations, but I'm like obviously you can tell where the bias comes from, but I do not ever think anyone's cheating unless there's like it is genuinely something irrefutable to like every degree in every way. You could probably wonder what influenced that, but yeah, he is. So as of right now, like there's not a thought in my mind that says Toromivana is a cheater. I think he's straight up the best to ever do it. Crazy top in. I think it's unfortunate that like even if you like do think he's cheating, you treating anyone the way I've seen so many people treat him for simply getting rank 1. Like so many comments, like even if you think it's true, like even if you think like it's not deserved, if you think Emmerich still the greatest player of all time, or like still the #1 player of all time, like sure, but it's just like what is the point of outright saying this to someone who's spent so much time and effort to accomplish an achievement that like these people like can't even comprehend the idea of getting towards. It's
yeah. Something that I
his
also have respect a lot for Toromivana, by the way, is his mentality to like reach that rank 1 positioning despite all of the hate, despite all of the people, shit talking him, trying to bring him down, that sort of mentality. Yeah, let's say
it's like it's so hard to like look forward and keep your head up sometimes as a top player in this game. Like it's actually something that like everyone experienced, but Toromivana definitely experienced way more of it than he should have. But it's like it's, this community truly is a beehive at times, at many times. Some of the biggest controversies, my own included, like in the past, it's like I do have to tell the story every now and then to like people in my life that like come across my social media and ask me like what happened, and it's like explaining it to anyone like not in the Osu community, it's like it's so the concept is so foreign to them that people care this much about what I may have done in the past and how people feel about it. It's like genuinely the most common consensus. And whenever I explain stories about myself, like the times I got canceled or whatever, it's like I do try to paint myself in the worst light possible so that it makes sense as to why people feel this way. But even then, it feels like the common response is like, why do they care? And why do they care still? Like considering it's like stuff that happened years ago. It's like no matter how you spin it, it's like realistically, this is very common for big names, big figures, but it only seems like such a terrible action because you're putting them on a pedestal. You're not treating them like an average person. Like someone without followers, someone who doesn't stream, someone who
Mhm.
isn't a top player, someone who isn't a
Yeah,
YouTuber.
yeah, they
Um,
don't really understand
it's like they don't
how everything
understand that. Like
works.
I'm just a
Yeah,
dude, bro. They don't understand that toromivana is just a guy, but it's just like it's just like
yeah,
these so many pointless comments that like do nothing but like hurt others, bring others down. It's like I assume that most of these comments are from very very bad people that like might never change and might never learn. And I'm sure that'll hurt punish them in other ways in their future. But I do think the other large portion is just just very young people who aren't exactly like fully socially aware
hmm
of their actions and consequences. But I'm sure they can grow out of them for sure. I was definitely one of those people. I would say I was one of the worst Twitter users of all time when I was 17 or 16.
hmm
But yeah, people either grow out of them because the OSU community is fairly young, or they will continue to be bad people down the line, and I'm sure that will definitely haunt them in their adulthood and future life. I'd say.
Yeah, but it's just you can't really control that. It's like in any
Yeah,
gaming space, if you go
it
into
is
it,
what it is.
there will always be like bad outliers like that.
Yeah, they exist everywhere.
True.
But it never
S-
hurts to spread the word of like, guys, come on, do better.
Yeah,
I'm
just
sure like out of the thousands of people who won't change and always are these assholes, it's like one of them might hear me say this right now, watching this video right now, and is one of these people and be like, huh. And it's like, if I could change that one singular person out of these billions of assholes, it's like it's worth it, I'd say.
yeah, hopefully, but they can also be someone like, oh fuck, Zylice, who is this guy? And then just continue
Oh
doing
yeah,
their
that's gonna be most
bullshit.
of them. That's gonna be absolutely gonna be
Yeah,
99.9% of them. But it's like I know one.
yeah,
I know one of you fucks are hearing me. I absolutely know it.
yeah. Unfortunately, it's just
It
how
is
the
what it is.
world.
It's what
Yeah,
it's.
yeah. It is what it is. It is what it is. Speaking of like the eating, aspect of like the thing you mentioned about toromivana, what is your like current stance on the Osu anti-cheat and like cheaters in the game? Do you think that there is that the Osu team is doing enough, or do you think that they can do even more?
Um, I think um unless there's like firmware level anti cheat and you have to like be like Osu Vanguard, you need to restart to play Osu and always have this application open. I like unless they decide to do that, then there's I which I don't think Pepe wants to do at all.
I don't think
Which
it
I
would
get.
be. I don't think it would be even possible because if you think about it, Osu is literally supported on every single operating system, Linux, Mac OS. So imagine trying to implement an anti-cheat system for every single operating system.
Yeah, exactly. Like you would either have to ban it from operating systems or implement it into every operating system, and it's like there's no way this is happening. And like it's possible, but likely not. And in which case it's like um there actually isn't much that anti-cheat development can do. Truthfully,
Yeah.
like there's we're at a point um in software development to the point where it's like uh a team like an indie game dev team is not going to beat third party software from that literally anyone on earth can produce for fun um just to allow players to cheat in this game. And I think much like chess and GeoGuessr, the anti-cheat system truly is the community. It's a trust-based system.
Yeah.
um it's like realistically, if someone signed up today and then in 1 year's time with 1,000 hours, they became rank one, um, like through pure aim or pure speed. They sniped either toromivana or Emmerich, um, and they didn't stream on Twitch and had no live plays anywhere. It's like on paper they're legit. If otherwise you're making baseless accusations that and like that in a debatably like witch hunt manner, and in like potentially the case that like if people described my case against worst HR player like a witch hunt, then in this way it's the same. Like someone reached top 1 and like the only reason you're making the accusation is because they became rank 1. Like it's technically on paper possible for that to happen with that amount of hours and that amount of time. Like it truly is like not something you can be like that's impossible. But like there's so many players with so many different experiences that it's like it's a trust-based system. It's like no one at the top is going to believe that. Like they're going to want to see a live play no matter what. They're going to want to see a live stream, and it's like they're not going to care until they see that.
Yeah.
It's like genuinely no one's made it to the top and like just not shown anything. So it's like that's why it's like no one genuinely would trust that. And like if you want to catch a cheater in this day and age, you unfortunately do have to act upon a certain level of like paranoia and like schizophrenia. Like some of the accusations is like the details we're getting down to is like, dude, if you did not play Osu, like this guy would actually sound like a psychopath, like with how they're describing why they're cheating.
Yeah.
But it's like to any top player, it's like it would make sense. It's like it the logic genuinely adds up, and it's like it's hard to believe for many experienced players to think that toromivana is legit. Even though to like the average person, it sounds like a bunch of hoopla, like all these documents and all these reasonings.
Yep.
But it's just like the anti-cheat system really is just the community. It's just who you choose to trust and who you choose not to trust, unless you can prove beyond any doubt that they're not cheating.
The only way to like almost 100% prove yourself that you're not a cheater is participating in a LAN event or LAN tournament or just anything LAN related, basically. From I think it's really hard in general to like cheat. Not impossible, but really hard.
Yeah. In that environment, you can prove your legitimate like general skill. You can't prove your legitimacy on like a top play, for example. Unless you go to that LAN and actually set your top play. Which is probably not gonna happen. Yeah. But like for example, if the only way to cheat and not get caught at the top player is by being a good player. That's like there's no debating that. You cannot be a bad player, cheat to like you can't be a 6-digit player, cheat to the top 100 and then make a legitimate looking live play. You cannot. It's impossible. So when you cheat, it's usually for like that slight advantage, right? It's like to set that top play in less attempts than you normally would. It's to set a top play by like 50 PP or
yeah,
like
that's
set a legendary score that you could be capable of, right?
That's the scary part, like being good at the game and cheating as well. That's almost like really hard too.
Yeah. So say I cheated with aim assist at my house on my PC. I set some of the craziest plays, and then I go to a LAN play, and then I set like a play that's like 300, 200 PP less. Everyone's gonna think I'm legit.
Yep.
But that's simply because I just didn't need to cheat at the LAN. And that's why it's like you can only prove legitimacy for like general skill at a LAN. But I think that can already be proved through like live play under the right conditions. Because like truthfully, like toromivana and Emrek, I'm not saying they're cheating. But like if they did cheat their top plays, they wouldn't have to set them in a LAN setting to quote unquote prove legitimacy. It's like they just have to play like close to it. They could be like, oh, it's an off day. Oh, it's the setup. It's the I'm nervous.
Yeah, but they can. Yeah, but there can still be a possibility of them cheating slightly because you know.
Yeah.
Which is some sort of assistance.
Which is always the case with cheating top players. They're always good players, no matter what. Like Cloudful got banned for cheating, and when he got unbanned, he teleported into the top 50 legitimately.
Yep.
Like it's that's why it's like LAN like it genuinely is just a trust-based system. It's like
yeah.
You have to, if you want to catch a cheater, you have to sound really like really conspiracy theorist-esque.
Yep.
and you have to sound like like you're losing your goddamn mind.
True.
But like yeah, but obviously I've mentioned, as I've been influenced in the past, as you have known, I truly do trust all the current top players. Anything suspicious, it's like I genuinely do believe that it can be explained, unless it's like beyond circumstantial, but I haven't seen anything like that. So every current top player I believe is there. I'm not suspicious of anyone anymore. If people are suspicious, I'm sure other people in the community will take up that torch and be okay in investigating. But I think all these players are skilled, worked hard to get to where they are, and deserve it.
Yep. It's a rather difficult task, and you never can be
Yeah.
like really certain about stuff.
Absolutely.
Something that we can maybe be certain, or maybe ask the certainty is. Okay, okay. What the hell did I just say? I'm gonna stop yapping, man. What I want to ask is, what is your like thoughts on Osu Ranked recently being released? Do you think that it's like it takes the game into the right direction or not?
I think that's taking the game into the right direction. I think a conversation we've had in the past, right? It got a bit heated, but it was like basically like reviving the game through content, right? And I was like,
Yeah.
I was like,
That.
I don't think that's the content creator's responsibility. I don't think creators are capable of that, or like they can be, but I don't think it makes sense to like put it on them.
Yeah.
I think conceptually it has to be game design. If you want a game to succeed, you have to move the game forward, not the content forward.
Yeah.
And I think Osu Ranked did an incredible job at that. Regardless of like all the flaws you can point out with its alpha implementation, its very first implementation, and how many bugs it has had, and like all the other balancing issues they had.
There's like loads of content that
the
can be made out of
the game just needs something new. You can only do this shit for so long. Like maps can be getting more creative, but they aren't. Like there's no incentive to. They don't like maps like maps mapped with the maximum like aesthetic and masterpiece combination of music and mapping. It's like when that's done these days, it's like everyone's still gonna look at the maps being played by the top players that are giving them the highest PP number, unfortunately. So it's like these creative minds like aren't really being incentivized. As opposed to like Geometry Dash. Like I know Geometry Dash has always been a more popular game and has always been like uh mainstream, like adjacent. But like I think that's like carried by the fact that creators are being pushed to like in a creative aspect. Like not only are like all the new levels like being created much harder, but it's like the details and all the graphics that they put into it, it's like they progress as well. It's
Yeah.
like comparing
They
an Extreme Demon like back in the day to today, it's like
yeah, huge.
it looks like the game evolved.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
you look at a top play in OSU now compared to like back then, it's like the only thing that's happening is that objects are appearing faster at farther spacing. Like nothing's being nothing's creatively expanding.
Yeah, but maybe you can say that like with OSU rank, there's like not just more opportunities
Exactly.
for content to be made, but also more opportunities to add new features, make new metas, make new creative maps. Aspire also coming back can be also, you know, like bring more creativity to the scene as well. So,
Yeah.
there's definitely opportunity to grow now with this being implemented into the game.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very glad it was implemented, and it's nothing like tournaments. It's nothing like PP farming, and that's what's beautiful about it. It's a new experience. It's just unfortunately at the top level, players aren't active enough to keep it alive. At least at the top player level. And I genuinely think it accessibility. I personally think accessibility needs to be looked at more. Like, if there's a way to balance out matches between like higher elo players and lower elo players, or like implement 2v2s or 4v4s, it's just like implementing something new is perfect and beautiful for the game, and will like always get people interested.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw a
but
lot of.
making it, yeah, but keeping it something that people want to come back to is like probably even harder, but just as important.
Sure. I saw a lot of people come back to the game simply because Osu got something new. If you know what I mean.
That's that's what I mean. Like, we gotta do something different. Like, if you want something to change, then you gotta change the game.
Yeah, obviously. Wow, who would have
Yeah,
thought something
yeah, who would have
different
thought?
added? Yeah, something new and new players come. Crazy.
Dude, that was crazy. That was crazy.
uh, is there anything you wish for to be added in Osu rank at the moment?
Yeah, I think the big ones like team versus like 2v2, 4v4.
2v2, 4v4. Huh.
There's obviously a lot of things that need to be considered when implementing that, and it's not going to be something easy to add in a way that like everyone's okay with.
Yeah.
Obviously, I mentioned to BTMC like modded pools. I don't know, or like modded maps, like instead of just playing everything no mod. But it's
What
like,
about what about like certain skill set cues? Let's say like an aim cue or like a speed cue.
oh,
Let's say.
I'd fuck with that heavy. Actually, that's a brilliant idea. I've never thought of that or heard of it. But maybe it's something I've missed as a talking point between other people. But like, I've never heard that. But
I
I
don't know.
fuck
I
with that
just
idea
randomly
heavy.
thought about that, but I think that could also be a possibility for also
Absolutely,
ranked.
absolutely, yeah.
Like that could be also an interesting thing that they can do with also ranked for sure.
Hmm.
But despite laser bringing new players in general, there's always this talk about stable feeling a bit more better for some players. But what about for you personally? Do you still prefer stable over laser?
Um, I used to have all the performance issues everyone talks about. Like oh, every time I stream laser, it's just like my house burns down, my PC explodes. Like I lose 10 years off my life. But like, um, I I have realized that I've realized my way around it. I've gotten better at optimizing it, and now it's at the point where my Osu laser runs as well as my stable. Like, they share the same problems now. I can't play stable or laser with Discord open anymore. I can't play either of them with Discord open.
What?
Discord's actually
This
such a fat ass program now. Like, I don't know what happened.
I
Um,
mean, it's Discord is so bad, man. It's so unoptimized. I
yeah.
mean, we still have to use it unfortunately because it's like one of the biggest platforms for communication.
Yeah,
But
I use mobile Discord whenever um
you like play games competitively?
whenever I like play matches like
Yeah.
currently. It's really funny.
Hmm.
But since the performances are the same between laser and stable, um the features on laser are just too good for me to like currently prefer stable actually. Like, I think rate change is the absolute best tool for improvement. And
Yeah.
I cannot stress that enough. Yeah, like, accessing the perfect difficulty to practice is made about like a million times easier by just going to a map you like, and then just like speeding it up until it's just barely outside your comfort zone. And then if you just do that for 4 hours a day, eventually you'll become a top player. I promise. Anyone on earth who's capable of playing the game to a 6-digit degree can do it. I
Yep.
swear on everyone. It's just, you just need to keep going. You just need to, like, you can't just like somewhere down the line be like, no, I can't do it, or no, I'm not improving,
It's
or it's
like
like,
going to the
no.
gym basically if you think about it.
Yeah, you just gotta fucking keep going, like, straight up.
Yeah, just brute force it.
Um yeah, for every skill set. Like, just speed, like, whether it's an aim map, tech map, alt map, speed map, just like speed it up until it's like at a speed you're not like completely comfortable playing, and then you just gotta keep running it.
Yeah, it's also kind of crazy how we're slowly but surely realizing that like stable does feel like a bit outdated if you think about it.
Yeah, it's
Like,
like it is lacking for sure.
yeah,
And
it is lacking in some areas 100%. Like even like the only way you can actually speed up maps, is by using Osu Trainer, a separate program, and like exporting all that stuff is like so manually, just like it just takes a bit of more time than just like, I don't know, clicking like 2 buttons in laser,
Yeah.
which is like a ton better. But yeah, was something. Okay, let's get a bit of a different question. Let's get a bit of a interesting one. But what is your favorite type of pet? Like type of animal, let's say, to have as a pet?
Like, is this? Would you say this is closer to like what's your favorite like household pet or like favorite animal? Like, would you say is like a closer question?
I think it's closer to household pet, let's say.
Okay. I'd say like it's like I'm actually like a 50-50 dog cat person. Like I actually haven't met
Hmm.
many other people like that, but like I'm really split between cat and dogs. Like if you ask me if I'm a cat or a dog person,
You wouldn't be
I
able
grew up
to decide.
yeah, I grew up my entire life being like a dog person, like as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And then my sister got a cat, and then it's like, wow, like the past 5 years, I was only thinking about like, wow, cats are so fucking chill.
Yeah, that.
Uh, and it's like, I don't know which one I prefer. I love both. If I had I'd say, like, I'd say dogs are like a good childhood pet. They're very active. They take you outside a lot.
Yeah.
They're very uplifting. I'd say cats are like good like adulthood pets. Like
Yeah, you
they're
don't
not
have
as
to.
high maintenance. Yeah, they handle things their own way. They don't poop all over the place or pee all over the place.
They can't.
Okay,
They.
they do. They can. It's just like dogs don't have like litter boxes, right? Like,
Yeah, okay, yeah, true. But like
um,
if you think about it, cats also come with like other stuff. Let's say like, I don't know, scratching furniture. That's also a problem. It is a bit more
uh,
common with
I
cats,
guess
let's say.
that part, like, yeah, I'm not denying the possibility of that. It's just not something I saw either of my sister's cats do. Um, I I do think like like I don't know how frequently it comes up in dogs, but like how I think that's comparable to like maybe biting or how loud they can be or like I don't know. I've heard some pretty bad like dogs biting stories for some reason.
Yeah.
But it's like yeah, they definitely both have their like like
Uh,
annoyances that they
Pro-
cause, but
pros
I
and
think
cons. Pros and
yeah, yeah.
cons.
Yeah. Pros and cons to your household and furniture
Yeah.
and
Yep.
other people.
Yep.
Um, but I'd say that like on a day-to-day basis, it's like it feels like cats require less energy, I'd say.
Yeah.
Um, which is like which is the settling which matches the settling down energy that I think a lot of adults go through as
Yeah.
opposed
Speaking
to kids
by
like
the way, you mentioned you grew up with a dog. What type of breed, by the way?
oh no. I never grew up with a dog. I just
Oh,
grew up as a dog person. Like
oh,
as a
as a
kid,
dog person. Oh, okay,
yeah,
my
yeah,
bad. My
yeah. As
bad.
a,
My
as a,
bad.
as a,
My bad.
as a child, I was like, I was like, I hate cats. I love dogs. Dogs are the best, bro. Dogs fucking clear and god. They're the fucking best thing on earth.
Yeah.
But yeah, now I'm like 50-50. Like,
Okay.
I love
Okay.
them both.
Okay. That's completely fair. Honestly, I'm kind of similar as well as of recent because like I like cats, but I also like dogs. So kind
Yeah,
of hard
huge.
to choose, dude.
Yeah, I could never choose. I'm
Yeah.
going with the classic neither. I'm
Yeah. Both can be rather silly at times. Let's say.
I'm not ready for another responsibility.
Yep. True. Okay. Back to okay, maybe not quite Osu stuff, but like let's say just like your what is your like take on like Osu content creation as of recent, like the current state of it?
I'd say
Would you say that we are slowly but surely coming back, or do
it's
you think a
I'd say it's absolutely better now than it was
few months ago?
2025, 2024.
Yeah.
Um I'd say Amrak BTMC putting in some fucking work. That's for absolute sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully they're inspiring other people. I haven't seen content at the lower key, but
Mm-hmm.
like the push that Emmerich and Ed are making, like I'm always happy to see it. It seems like they're doing more now than before, and I think as a shout out to Emmerich bringing in what seems like some of the GD community into Osu. Like it seems like after this guy like dropped some crazy Geometry Dash clips and YouTube videos, it's like his YouTube videos have like for Osu for have just like doubled or tripled.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, absolutely.
and
Not
it's
only
just like
that,
yeah, it
he's
feels
like
like he's genuinely pulling in some of the GD community in,
yeah,
and I
not
love to
just the
see
GD community. As of recently, he has been trying to like contact some like big name streamers as well. I know, like
it. Oh
recently,
yeah,
I think he like recently even DM'd Only Pixel or something that like that, which is like
yeah.
insane, insane,
I was
genuinely.
there. I was there. Yeah. I also messaged him about that. I'm like, if he can actually pull anyone together, it's like I do have a content proposal myself.
Ooh,
Um, which
interesting.
I did mention in his chat, so it's not like private, but yeah, basically it was just like if you could pull any two streamers, any two big name streamers, he coaches them for like a month or two. I coach the other one for a month or two, and then they 1v1 each other at the end.
Ooh, that would be a crazy
And then
video though.
and then
That
and then
would
the coach gets
genuinely
the
be.
prize. The coach gets the prize from the rich ass streamers. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah, that
But
would be.
I think the I do see a spark and fire being relit in Osu content right now. It's just, as a matter of fact, potentially my last one of my last Osu videos will be coming out in August, and it's like something I've worked the hardest on. Have planned out the absolute longest. Like I've never planned a video the way I have this one.
You said
And
last video though, so are you like not planning to return to like actively uploading at all, or what?
I might follow through with the idea that I mentioned with Emrek. It might be on my channel, might be on his, but besides that, I do want to there's like I'm not saying this will happen, but there is a chance that after this year, after 2026, like there's a chance like I'm not OSU oriented like at all. There's a
At
chance
all?
like
Hmm.
yeah, there's a chance like I'll play OSU as much as like once a month to just try for fun. There's a chance I won't sign up for any tournaments in 2027. I won't um I definitely don't think I'll make any YouTube videos. I might stream it here and there, but I do want to stream other things. I do want to take my content elsewhere, and I do want to push my side hobbies and continue spending all my time on school.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but there is one last push I want to make in OSU like this year, and then yeah,
Yeah,
feels
that's
like I've
fair.
half quit right now.
Yeah, yeah.
So I
Like
feel so
halfway
like by
there.
next year I might do the other half. We'll see.
Yeah. Is there like anything you want to specifically achieve in this game, or are you pretty much done with like everything? Like let's say like top 10 and being your final goal or something like that.
Solo wise, yeah, I don't have any goals in mind. Like I've always had the very vague goal of I'm gonna keep playing for improvement. I'm gonna keep trying to rank up. Like that's it. I'm not gonna go for a specific rank or anything. I'm just gonna see how far I could go. And top 10 in the world, like it's still something like like fail to grasp sometimes, and it's just like if it's like it feels like at times like I don't acknowledge it the way that I should. Like I've seen some Instagram reels
Mm-hmm.
like every now and then where it's just like if you could be top 10, do you think you were ever top 10 in the world at anything? Like it could be literally anything. It doesn't have to be a game or a sport, like just literally anything. And I'm just like, it's crazy that I could immediately objectively answer yes to that. And it's like not up for debate. It's like something I've like by a system that accounts for millions and millions of players
Yeah.
that I've already achieved. And it's just like it does feel like my career is complete in that sense. And it's like I'm no Emrek, I'm no toromivana, I'm not those guys, but it's like I've
You can at least say
I've
that you've
gotten
been close to them.
I've gotten some of the most notable achievements, more so than like is like
Again, like
beyond above average. Like
mm, top
like more
0.1%, bro.
than enough to be completely content with.
Yeah, I mean top
But like specific
0.1%.
goals, yeah. Like besides like specific goals, I think the only one is like or besides like that, the only specific goal I had was the one I already mentioned when during the tournament goals. But yeah, winning OWC or like getting a podium spot. Like that could be something I return to. Like say I do quit in 2027 and I ghost
Mhm.
the community and I don't exist anymore.
Mhm.
If let's say like 2029 all of a sudden like the three top like number one, number two, number three are like just become all Canadian MREX. Um and
Mhm.
like they're a combination of Vaxay, Emmerich, Malashevsky, toromivana, and like they all want to play OWC. I will come back just to like de-rust for a week and try to make the 8th spot on the team. Like
Oh
that's
my god.
like I'm not letting go of that goal. Like that goal like that
that top three goal, you're not letting that
yeah, yeah, yeah.
go.
That thought either top three or like winning. Like I'll go back for that.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
probably, maybe. Yeah, yeah. No, I can. Or like cool events like Roundtable, or like COE. If there are still people I'm interested in seeing and want to see me there, like this roundtable I wasn't supposed to go to. I didn't plan on going to it, but Ed like hit me up and offered to cover a good amount of my expenses, and I was just like, okay, I'll come to roundtable, and it was just like it's a really nice surprise. I returned to the game for it really quickly. Some fucking house at my top play at the LAN.
Yeah, that was
So
also crazy to see.
honestly, like I that is a play that you can't say is cheated. Like
True,
one of the
true,
rare
true.
one of the rare plays you can't say is cheated.
Yep. Are you
Well,
still
or sorry,
kind of
yeah.
bummed that you didn't manage to like sit that while the competition for the highest VP score was still being on?
Dude, I know. I was. Do you don't understand? Like at the moment, I was actually so fucking cheese. Bro, I was like, bro, we're serious? The PP record contest ends before roundtable ends. Like, are we dead ass right now? I was like, but then after that, I was like, oh, it's whatever. It's okay. It's okay. What do you? It's like, I'm gonna make back this money in the future by being the goat. Anyways, who cares? It's like it's the memories that matter, and it really is. It really is. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
I like I'd still won a sizable amount of prize money from both the main tournament and the P record contest, even though I got second. Um, but it's like it's just always a fun time. I haven't seen MREC in person since 2023, and it was just like, damn, this kid's all grown up, bro. What happened?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just fun hanging out with them, seeing my good buds, Carrie, Will Stetson, and Grant again. Zudi, of course. I do see Zudi fairly often as my fellow Canadian brethren. But it's always more fun to hear an event like that specifically for sure.
Yeah. Okay, okay. But yeah, final question that I have for this interview is that not even a question. Is there like just anything that you want to say to the audience?
Uh, if you want something, you gotta work hard for it. Um, it's not something you gotta ask questions and ask a bunch of people who've gotten what you're looking for. If you want to be good at speed, if you want to be good at aim, you're not going to find the answer by asking those people that have it. Um, if you want it, you just got to work towards it realistically. And if there's any point where you find it unfun and something that you don't want to do, then you don't truly want it. Goes for everything outside of OSU too. Like, you just gotta work really consistently more so than like hard. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'd say working very often and hard toward very often and consistently towards a goal is more important than how hard you work at it each time. And whenever you don't see progress, you really just gotta try other approaches to it. And when it comes to like how you talk, even if you're a nobody on the internet, not saying that you're a nobody in general, but like I'm saying if like you don't have much influence on social media and such, realize that uh, players or content creators with like a lot of influence and followers, like they're real people at the end of the day. Watch what you say. Like have pure any kind of meaningful good intention with what you say and do. If you know that nothing good comes from what you're saying or doing, you just don't do it. Like if you see someone on the internet do something wrong, like just question if like it would be as big a deal if you did it yourself, or if like your close friend or relative did it. It's like people are people, regardless
Yeah.
of where they come from or how they influence the social media sphere.
So yeah.
I'd say. I say that's a wrap. Thank you for
Yeah,
having me.
that's
Really appreciate it.
that's pretty much
It was
a
fun
wrap, man.
talk.
Again, thank you for joining me in general, taking the time. It's a pleasure interviewing you, having this talk.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. I was happy to talk about it too.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. I'll have all of the links in the description related to the socials of Zylice. Be sure to check them out.
Really appreciate
Streams
it. Thank you.
pretty active on Twitch as well. You can always watch him there.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'll see you in the next episode. Bye bye.